Do PCOS women have poor digestion?
Yeah, so the thing is, a lot of things are being related to gut health. So if your gut microbiome is a little, if there is a gut dysbiosis where the microbial health is not good, then yes, you will have indigestion, and yes, that will cause PCOS and other lifestyle disorders. Correcting your gut has to be the first step for almost every health issue. You can be perfect in everything, but you just feel a little sluggish, improve your gut health, and you'll be okay. So yes, work on your gut, increase your fiber intake, eat a lot of natural raw foods. That's going to improve the gut health. Add some fermented food, add prebiotics like cold potato, and all of this together will make sure that your digestion improves.
Migraine.
Yeah, so one thing is don't do the fermented food that I mentioned. Your migraine will get aggravated immediately if you have anything fermented. So for migraine, what you need to do is you need to look at you should do the ginger tea. That's going to help you for sure. Cinnamon again helps a lot with migraine. Do both of these. And you'll need to identify a trend. So maintain a food diary and write down everything that you're eating. And then at the end of the thing, also track your migraine. So I can give you very generic advice, but the best way of identifying is identify what is causing your migraine. So maintain this book for about 2 weeks and then see the trend, and you will identify that there are certain foods that are causing the migraine. So just eliminate those.
Yeah. As I mean, speaking as a physician, also, if you go to a neurologist, world class, they are going to start by telling you to do this
Yeah.
by having the food diary, and it's very important.
So when you have anemia along with PCOS, one thing is black sesame becomes very good. There's also a grain, also a seed called garden cress seed. It's called halim in Hindi. You can soak it and you can have that with a little bit of lime juice. This is one of the best vegan sources for iron, but you have to soak it, otherwise you're going to curse me because it's very very bitter. So
Very
make sure
bitter.
you soak it. The other thing is you can have more curry patta. So that what you do is you add it to your chutneys, add it to your masalas. You can do all of that. In general, with anemia and PCOS, the reason is more blood loss. So I know that it's going to improve. Try increasing. So on my blog, I have a list of vegan iron sources. You could just have a look at that and you'll see it. But if you're still struggling, then you may need to take a supplement. And with the supplement, again, you'll have to do a little bit of a trial and error because constipation is a very common problem with that. So do a trial and error and find a supplement that works for you. Also take vitamin C. So a lot of vitamin C will help you absorb the iron that you're
Gain
having. So
better.
amla, fruits in general. Right now, anyway, with immunity, it becomes important to have vitamin C. So you can just take 1,000 mg supplement every day. So these will help you.
Yeah. So I want to build on her answer a little bit here. Also depends on the type of anemia that you have. If
Yeah.
you're vegetarian, it's likely you have B12 deficiency, and that's something that you may want to look into by
Yeah.
increasing your
Absolutely.
sprouts or she'd be Khushbu will obviously tell better on this. But that's one thing. If you are non-vegetarian, then think about deworming tablets. If you're having good flow and you also take non-veg, it's possible that you have a parasitic infection. So it's always good to have a deworming tablet once in a. What are tips to get rid of bloating?
Okay. So bloating is okay. So when it comes to bloating, digestion, acidity overall, what you have to understand is you keep thinking of what I'm eating is going to do this, but focus on how you're eating. So if you're not going to chew your food well, if you're going to put whole food inside your stomach cannot break that down. So that will create some block. So like that, if you're not, so first thing is chew your food really well. Eat only as much as your stomach wants to eat. So there is a full stop, it's a very, very well established system of putting a full stop to how much you eat. Your stomach sends a signal to the brain saying that I'm full, I don't want to eat more. So you want to be more mindful when you eat so that listen to the signal. So before I can tell you anything for bloating, what I would tell you is focus on how you're eating. Improve the method of eating, the quantity, the mindfulness while you're eating. That itself should reduce bloating drastically. After that, if you still have it, peppermint tea is a very good solution for that. So and the normal pudina chai at home does not do the same thing. So you will have to buy a peppermint tea, but that works well.
How to overcome the insulin resistance for PCOS patients?
I think this is what we really discussed through and through. So I'll just like kind of summarize everything. Number one, you want to focus on the diet. So you're going to reduce your carb intake, increase your fat intake, and your protein intake. You're going to make sure that about 50% of your meals are coming from vegetables. You're going to do this. Second thing, weight training is important 3 times a week minimum for about 40 to 45 minutes each. Work on building your muscles, build your muscle strength. Number three, manage your stress better. Stress is directly related to PCOS, so improve your stress management techniques. Protect yourself from places which would cause stress. And the fourth thing is you want to be active through the day. So, you just exercise once a day, that doesn't really do the trick. You have to be very, very active. Sedentary lifestyle is causing a lot of the health issues that we have now. If you just improve your activity, you sit less, stand more, get up every 30 minutes, take a 2-3 minute stroll and come back and sit. All of this will gradually reduce your insulin resistance. If all of this does not work, then you may need to like do this for 3 months without even thinking of result. After 3 months, if you do not get a result, then you need to go and look at your hormones again. You need to meet a healthcare professional. Then you need to get into